I was born in the silence of chains, where the night sang of sorrow and the fields whispered the names of those who dreamed of light. I remember the earth beneath my bare feet, the weight of the sky pressing down, like a hand that would not let go. I remember the sound of my mother's voice trembling as she prayed for a day that seemed too far to touch. I was just a child, but even then, I could feel the storm that lived inside me, a quiet fire that refused to die. The world around me was built on pain. Every sunrise began with the sound of labor. Every sunset carried the cries of the weary. I watched men and women work until the stars came out. Yet no star could guide them home, for their home was not a place, it was a promise. I could feel that promise beating in my chest even before I knew its name, freedom. There were nights when I looked to the north and wondered if God could hear me through the thick walls of suffering. I whispered into the darkness, asking why I was born into this life, why the color of my skin had become a prison. But deep inside I heard a voice, a still small whisper, telling me to wait, to listen, to move when the time was right. The day I ran, the world became both small and infinite. Every breath felt like thunder, every heartbeat like the pounding of hooves behind me. I moved through the woods, guided only by the rhythm of fear and faith. The wind carried my name, but I dared not answer. I was no longer Araminta, the slave girl. I was Harriet, the woman reborn by courage. The trees became my witnesses, the river became my prayer. I crossed it with trembling hands, feeling the water pull at my clothes as if trying to drag me back into the past. But I kept walking, each step a promise to those still bound, each breath a vow that I would not stop until I found the place where chains could no longer reach. Freedom was not loud, it did not come with trumpets or songs. It came in the quiet breath of dawn. When I first set foot on free soil, I knelt on the ground and kissed the earth. I felt the sky open above me for the first time. It was as if the world had exhaled with me. I was free. But freedom tasted like sorrow, because I knew my people were still behind me, still waiting, still praying, still trapped in the night I had escaped. I could not rest, I could not build a new life while their cries echoed in my soul. So I turned back into the darkness. They called me Moses, but I was only a woman with faith as my lantern. I followed the whisper of the North Star and the beating of my heart, leading others through forests, rivers, and shadows of death. Each journey was a battle against fear, against the cold, against betrayal. There were nights when the dogs were close, when the air itself seemed to tremble with danger. But I kept moving because I knew God was walking with me. I told those who followed to trust Him, to keep going, to never look back. Even when the night felt endless, I said to them, there is freedom at the end of this path, and freedom is worth every tear. Sometimes I would see their faces lit by moonlight, children clinging to their mothers, men broken, but still walking, women singing soft hymns to keep their courage alive. I carried them not just with my hands, but with my spirit. I told them the North Star never lies, and neither does the promise of God. I led more than 70 souls to freedom, some old, some young, some so weak they could barely stand. But every one of them carried the same flame inside, the same hunger for the life they were meant to live. I never lost a single one, because I could not bear the thought of losing another soul to the chains I had escaped. There were times when my body failed me, when the pain from my old head wound made the world blur, and the earth tilt beneath my feet. But even in those moments I felt held by something greater, a force that would not let me fall. I would dream of angels guiding me through the dark, and when I awoke I always knew the way. War came and I saw a nation tear itself apart. I served as a nurse, a spy, a soldier of faith. I walked among the wounded. I cooked for the starving. I listened to the cries of men who once called me less than human, and I prayed for them too, because freedom is not just a gift for one race, it is the breath meant for all. When the cannons silenced and the smoke cleared, I did not feel triumph, only peace and exhaustion. I had spent my life running not from fear but toward purpose, and now I wanted only to see my people stand tall, to see a world where children could grow without the shadow of a whip, without the taste of dust in their mouths, without the fear that tomorrow might not belong to them. Years passed and my hands grew old, but my heart did not. I built homes for the tired, the sick, the forgotten. I told stories to the young so they would know that freedom was not given, it was taken by those who dared to believe. I watched them listen, their eyes wide with wonder, and I saw in them the same light that once guided me through the woods of Maryland, the same unbreakable spark that no darkness could extinguish. Sometimes at night I sit by the window and think of the ones who never made it, the ones whose names are lost to time but whose souls still sing in the wind. I feel them near me every time the night grows quiet, every time the stars shine a little brighter. I whisper to them, we did it, we crossed the river, we made it home. I was never a hero, I was a servant, a vessel for something far greater than myself. People call me brave, But I was only faithful. Every step I took was guided by the hand of the Almighty, and when fear tried to drown me, I remembered the promise that freedom is worth any price, even the price of one's own life. If I could speak to the world now, I would tell them that courage is not the absence of fear, it is walking through fear with faith as your guide. I would tell them that love is stronger than hate, that hope can outlive chains, that even in the darkest night, the stars still remember their way home. I did not free my people alone, they freed themselves through every step, every prayer, every moment of defiance. I was only the echo of their longing, the voice of their hope, the bridge between despair and deliverance, and I thank God for choosing me to walk that bridge. The world has changed, but I still see the same battles in different forms. I see men and women still fighting for dignity, for equality, for the right to be seen, and I want to tell them, do not grow weary. The road is long, but the destination is worth every wound you carry. Freedom is not a place, it is a spirit. It is the breath of a soul that refuses to kneel. It is the fire that burns. Even when the wind howls, it is the song that rises from pain and turns into prayer. I have walked that path, I have felt that fire, and I know that once you taste freedom, you can never go back to silence. Now I rest in the quiet, knowing that the light I carry did not die. It lives in the hearts of those who continue the journey, who still believe that love can heal what hate has broken. I close my eyes and I see their faces, the marchers, the dreamers, the mothers and daughters, the ones who will never stop until every chain is gone. If you listen to the wind, you might still hear my voice calling softly through the trees, telling you to rise, to walk, to never let fear define your path, for freedom lives not in the stars above, but in the beating of your own heart. And when you feel lost, when the road is dark, and you cannot see the end, look within, for the same light that once guided me still burns in you. Let it lead you through the night, let it remind you that you are born for more than survival, you are born for freedom. And so I fade into the quiet dawn, where the river meets the sky, where the stars surrender to morning, and I whisper to the earth below, my work is done, but the journey continues, the light goes on, carried by every soul that dares to believe that one woman, one voice, one step can change the world.